That's one. Yes, that's right. That's a win for the St. Louis Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues!
That's right. Blues take it. They beat the Caps in 2 games by 7 goals. They win the first one 5-1. They win this one 5-2. And David Perron, yes, it was an empty netter, but he keeps his streak alive. 7 straight games. He has put a biscuit in the basket.
I am so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I did see some good stuff. I saw some stuff from Letty that I haven't seen from Blues defensemen before.
I also saw a lot of good play out of my least favorite Blue. So Scandella had a good game.
I thought he had a really
he did. He really did. One of the plays where he got the puck back was pretty fantastic. So
yeah,
Scandella, I got to give my hat off to him.
Yeah, I'll tell you who needs to sit a couple of games is Kyrou.
I don't know that he needs to be sat because he is an NHL caliber player, and we're down quite a few players right now. However, I think that we need to play him a little less. I think that he's getting confused with coaching.
Oh, he's completely confused.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he has potential to be elite, but he's still young. And that's the thing that everyone forgets is that he's really young. So he's going to go through these periods of where he's just confused. And right now he's confused.
Yeah, he is. And I saw it the whole game. The whole game. And Golf King, I will absolutely 100% agree with you.
We miss him. Yes, we definitely miss him.
We miss Tarasenko.
And Thomas.
Tarasenko, whether he's scoring or not, Tarasenko adds an element that the defense has to account for. And because of that, other guys get open. And he helps Kyrou out. Because Kyrou gets open, and now Kairou's not.
Well, it's not just that. I think Kyrou is also hurting from the fact that Thomas isn't there. He's missing both of his, line mates.
I agree. Now, I will say this, and I will probably get chopped up pretty good. I don't think Husso had a great game.
I don't think he had a great game, but I also don't think that he had a horrendous game. He was just kind of he played what we needed him to. He could have made some better positioning decisions. I definitely feel like he's responsible for one of the goals, but
Thomas is an upper body. I felt like that 2-on-0, he should have had that. I really do. I mean, because it was choreographed.
Yeah.
And Wilson's not got a great shot.
I agree. And that's the one I was thinking of. But overall, it wasn't a bad game for Husso. It just wasn't his best. If you had to
grade Husso on a 0 to 10, right? 0 being just an absolute garbage, and 10 being Bordeaux-esque, right?
6.5 to 7.
Oh no, I wouldn't even go there. I'd say a 5, a solid 5. Right smack in the middle. It was not.
No, because he had some really good saves early on. So it wasn't a complete wash. I give him above average, but not by much.
I mean, I see 6s, but I'm sorry. I'm not. I just think that I thought they exposed him. I thought that the Capitals exposed him early, and the Blues turned around and played for him to get them back in the game.
I won't disagree with that.
Right.
I hope you're right, Michael Edwards, because, I mean, hands down, Perron's always been my favorite. So when he was slumping, it was disappointing. But now that he's got a streak going, it's just got me so pumped.
Yeah, I know. I'm not worried about Bennington at all. I think that right now you're just okay. I thought Bennington should have started tonight's game. I really did. Right, and I don't know who we play next on Thursday. I know we're home, right? I think we're home. Are we on the road still? I thought we were home. I can't keep the schedule. I don't have the schedule like just jammed right up in front of me. So
yeah,
let me look real quick. I know someone's going to put it up before I find it, but we got the Flyers at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely put Bennington in net, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I absolutely put Bennington at net. Darkness, hey, Darkness, missed you, my friend, missed you. Right? Golf King says he already did. I'm not sure. I didn't save.
Oh, he was referring to that he would get it up before you did.
Oh,
like
okay.
You said that, and he said I already did because he.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sports. I didn't save the post game number. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Sports Freak.
Oh, he wants to call in.
I'm not. We're gonna hold off on that for a little bit. Let's see how the guys go, how it goes in. You're right. I got to be, and this isn't against anybody. I need to be very careful with the call-in shows right now. And I have a reason. It has nothing to do with anybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nothing to do with anything. Dale. Thank you. Best Philly. Okay, defensive game of the year. Defensive game this year. I won't say it was the best defensive game this year because we've had better ones where we've had shutouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago game was a great defensive game, team defensive game. And I know Husso had one earlier. I can't remember. One of his shutouts was really, really strong too.
I thought the first time that we beat Washington was a better defensive showing.
Yeah, the 5-1. Yeah, I kind of agree there. I think so. This was a big game. We can out and won. The trade deadline is over. This is our team. Let's see what happens. That's a good point. I just felt. Get it up. What? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Sammy.
I think Sammy's talking about getting it up like the score, or not the score, the schedule.
Yeah. Okay. The schedule. Yeah. I just think that I saw a lot of right now. Hey, my phone. I'm trying to connect my phone to my board and it won't connect. So that's kind of. I should have tried to connect it earlier. So that's why I'm not going to do call-ins. I hope Krug is okay. I think it. I'm just hoping it's not a broken hand.
Yeah, that would really be terrible.
And the way he got slashed on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. You could see it, right? And I think he got his hand. I think hopefully it's a stinger, but the fact that he didn't come back, I think he's got a broken hand. Right? Sorry, Sports Freak. I wish I could, man. I just, I can't get my phone to connect, and I've tried a couple of different ways, and it's easier if the phone connects. I'm sorry, man. Mm-hmm. That guy falls off the guy that falls off the porch is watching. Oh, we got Roland watching, or not Roland, Hefner watching. Dale, thanks for watching, man. I know Dale had said we were in a group and we were talking, and he are messaging back and forth, and he basically said, I don't agree with most of what you say. And I told Dale, that's fine. Absolutely fine. I get it, If Krug is a book in hand, what do we do?
We pull up a forward because we were already short of forward.
Yeah, that's what you have to do, right? I'm not even close to there yet, right? Dale, I get what you're saying, but I'm not. There's too many, fans and the Blues are like this, My favorite guy, Mike Dante, man. Dante is Dante during the course of a game will go from this is the worst freaking Blues team ever to this team's going to win a cup during the course of a game. Right? And actually, I don't think we bring anybody up if Thomas or Tarasenko comes back.
If either one of them come back, but if neither of them come back, then I think they'll pull Costin back.
I could see that. I could see that. Golf Kings asking about our neutral zone play. Actually, I
thought it was better today.
It was
especially
better.
Especially in the third. They were doing a lot of trapping Washington.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They were not letting Washington get through the neutral zone. I mean, that was what it was funny. It was exactly what I talked about. It's exactly what Perron, in one of the losses,
Yeah, Perron was ticked.
Oh yeah, he was, and he basically said, you know, we don't play in the neutral zone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, he absolutely said what I've been saying. I was like, damn, Perron, you've been watching the show or what?
I wish he would. Shoot.
Yeah. We clogged him up in the middle. If you ask me to grade the neutral zone, I would say a solid 6. Right? I know in the third we did well, but in the first we didn't.
No. I mean, if we were doing the 1 through 10 scale, I would actually rate it a 7. A, I'm always higher than you anyways. And
Yeah.
B, I really liked the way they were handling the 6-on-5 when Washington pulled the goalie. We weren't even letting them in our zone. Yeah. So that part of the neutral game was phenomenal.
They even got him to do an icing, right? And that's a bad play. So that puts your goalie back in the net, really messes you up at that point. Forces you to have to win that face-off.
Yep.
So that was something there. No, if you look at different aspects of the game, we kept them clogged in the third. Yeah, we did. If you look at, so if you ask me, I'm gonna with oh man, I'm blanking out here. Our new defenseman, his name just went right by you, Letty. If you ask me to grade Letty, using the 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, I put Letty at a 6.5. Right? The first.
That's again where I go 7.
Okay. Well, the first period, Letty was.
He didn't do anything good, and he didn't do anything bad.
But he was like non-existent to me in the first period. I only heard his name called twice in the whole first period. All right. I know he only played 6 minutes, but he was out there for 9 shifts. 9 shifts, I should hear your name called more than twice. Right? I will say this. Now, the one part of the game, there is a part of the game of the Blues that I will give a really good score. Right? Right, Marianne, I think you're dead on there. Right? I think you're dead on there. I think he was treading water. The cycle game. I will give the cycle game a 9. With a move towards a 9.5.
I rate the net front presence the same.
I will give net front presence an 8 because we only got 2 goals net front presence. I would like to see us get more net front presence.
Well, considering that the other 2, were decent, it was pretty much half because we had an empty net.
Yeah.
So essentially half of our goals were net front presence, and that's really good.
Yeah. I didn't see who the stars of the game were. I'm guessing Saad was
I think
one.
it was Shen got number 1.
I'm pulling it up here. Huh?
I think Shen got first star. He had a goal and 2 assists.
Nope, Saad.
Oh, really?
Saad first star. And I'm getting so sick of this from opposing teams. Right? I really am. So Saad gets first star. Shen gets second, and Tom Wilson gets third. You look at the game against Columbus. You get a guy that gets a hat trick, and you don't give him a star. And then Wilson got a goal, the first goal he's gotten against the Blues in 15 games. Oh, we're going to give him a star, even though we lost 5-2. We're going to pat Wilson on the back. Way to go, missing baby.
And Roland, this is another reason why I gave him a solid 7.
I could see that. He really didn't get a full practice. He got time today. I heard them mention Dallas stopped their 8-game win streak. I'm curious if anyone broke that game down. Did the Blues just copy Dallas and play the game? One of you gurus can get on this. Chop, chop. I did watch a little bit of the Dallas game, and actually I felt that the Caps went into that game with a chip on their shoulder. We're the mighty Capitals, and Dallas, you're not going to beat us today, and that don't work in the NHL because the difference between the teams in the NHL is minuscule. Like, see, Ashley actually puts a little distance. I've got my fingers together. It's minuscule.
Well, that's because I have fake nails. So this is
Yeah,
as minuscule as I can get. So you're going to look like there's more. But
Okay.
anyways, I think that Washington is suffering from Oshie being out.
Yeah. They had a lot of guys out.
Mm-hmm. I'm not giving them an excuse because, you still got to show up. You still got to win games. But he's a big piece.
Dale, this is, this is something I talked about yesterday, right? We made our power play better. Our power play was number 2 or 3 in the league. Did you really need to make that better? Did we slip? I thought we were second today.
I don't know. I thought we were doing poorly on it for the last few games, so we went down.
I think we were. Let me look real quick. Prior to today's game, our power play was second in the NHL.
Oh, wow.
And on the road, we were first. Right? Mm-hmm. Our penalty kill, 7th in the NHL. On the road, we were 4th. Mm-hmm. We made our penalty kill weaker. And that concerns me. And it's still going to hang out there. Okay, guys? It's still going to hang out there. I'm concerned about the penalty kill. And you look at that first goal, that was discombobulation by the penalty kill unit. They had no clue what to do without Sundqvist out there. It was obvious. Now, they got it back with the next couple of power plays, but in that first one, they were lost. The Caps I was worried that we were going to give up 5 or 6 or 3 or 4 power play goals. I really was. I don't think Ashley agrees.
I don't, but that's okay.
Well, see, you're allowed to argue and disagree with me and call me dumb and stupid and all of that. So you're allowed to do that.
I'm not, but I'm taking a more optimistic approach. Mm-hmm. I think that you just want to find the negative in this so badly, and I want to wait and see. I want to give him a chance. I want to give the team a chance. So
my issue, and it's not that I'm trying to see the negative. I'm really not. It looks like it, and I get that. Okay, I really do. But you took out Wallman, a penalty killer.
Wallman hadn't played enough games to be considered a penalty killer. Don't even go there. Wallman was like the piece that would least be mattering.
If I pull his time on ice up, he's got a lot of penalty kill time.
I strongly doubt that because most of the time on the penalty kill, we had Falk and Krug out there. Sometimes Parayko. We rotated those. Our Bortuzzo. Those were the ones that were heavy out there. Wallman didn't have a place out there. On the power play, maybe, but not on the PK.
I'll look at it to make sure I'm right. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. So, but you trade away Wallman, you trade away Sundqvist, and Sundqvist by far was one of your best penalty killers.
Okay, let's fix this right now. It's not Letty, it's Leddy. Leddy.
Yeah, Leddy. Yeah, that might be an autocorrect though. Right? Well, yeah, you like how I've been what I was using in the
I thought that was super cute.
Let us have a wild game since we were in the wild card.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think we're in the wild card anymore.
No, I think that we finally went up, but we're going to have to continue to play like this. And if we give Minnesota or the Predators a chance, they're going to send us right back down to the wild card.
Yeah, but we have games in hand on the Pred, so that doesn't concern me as much. It's the fact that we don't have games that Minnesota has a game in hand on us now.
Yeah.
Right? So
they can also go out and lose or, it can go either way.
In the second. We went from the wild card spot to second. We have a game in hand on Nashville, and Minnesota has a game in hand on us and 2 on Nashville. Right? Mm-hmm. So Nashville's 78. The points percentage, Minnesota's at 639. We're at 637. We're right there. Right there. Minnesota has more wins than us. So if they get an OT loss or a shootout loss and an OT loss, they'll actually be ahead of us. Mm-hmm. So we need them to lose the game. Where the thing that I think is not being looked at, and I heard this on NHL Network, and I want to pull this up and look at it real quick. NHL Network talked about one of the things that a lot of guys look at when they're looking at things. They're looking at differential, right? And that's an important thing. I mean, that's really, when you get into the playoffs, that's the thing that they're looking at. That's what these guys that really play the game and understand the game are looking at. Okay, Florida plus 74. Colorado plus 69. Calgary plus 66. Carolina plus 55. St. Louis plus 47. They're fifth, right? And they're followed by Pittsburgh at plus 42, Toronto at plus 40, Minnesota at plus 32, Nashville at plus 32, Tampa at plus 31, the Caps at plus 31, though the Caps are going to go down. We actually might go up. I don't know if this has already got our win. Oh, no, it does, because we jumped up, right? So the Caps, that's where the Caps are at. So that's the thing for me that I'm looking at, and that's why I'm not so concerned about the Blues playoff positioning.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we have done very well tonight. Let's see, where am I at in the comments? Letty, you played it wrong. You played on the power. We think we talked about that. Mary said Colton was a beast tonight. I won't say a beast. I say he played well. How deep does this trade stuff go? Is Sonny another Perron? Is he going to come back with this move, within a move for the future? He might be. He won't next year.
No.
He could the year after. But I don't see it happening. I really don't. Sorry, man. Got me thinking a lot deeper than just on the ice now. I love the input. Well, that's great. I mean, that's what I think got misconstrued about how I talk to other fans, right? I see how so many fans only see the surface, right? And that's it. And I don't know. I can translate it to my naval career a little bit, okay? I have been out there. I mean, out in the ocean, in the seas, right? The Mediterranean Sea, Persian Gulf, the things like that, where the water is glass. I mean, glass. The only movement in the water is the ship, and we're doing like 5 knots. So it's just glass. But then I go down in the engine room, and we pump water through the ship consistently, right? You can see when bubbles and air things get in the cavitate, what they call cavitation. That happens when we're going through what looks like a smooth sea, but it's not, right? It's what they call a troubled sea. Our draft is about 34 feet, right? And we take a lot of that from under that. If 30 feet below the surface, while that surface is glass, that water is not. It's moving in different directions. It's a confused sea, though you don't see it at top. I see hockey the same way, right? I look at the surface and I go, man, I don't know about that. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I know everybody's saying that, but that's not what I'm seeing. Why am I seeing something different? So I start peeling the layers back to see what I'm really seeing. And it's like with that first goal tonight. With that first goal tonight, I seen so many people, even the Washington announcers, because I had that on, and I'm not sure what you're saying, doubtful to there, Joan. I said, gee, that was a costly turnover by the defense. And it hadn't, that turnover was predicated by something else that happened deeper in the game, right? When you had 2 forwards that basically got the puck just taken away from them when they should have been in control of it, that caused a ripple effect that led to the 2-on-0 or the 2-on-1 that led to the goal. To me, it wasn't. It didn't happen there. It happened at the beginning. I mean, everything else kind of moved from there. The one goal was better than the net, wasn't it? Yes, the first goal, the power play goal, bounced off of Husso's shoulder and was winning the net. Now, the blade of the stick was above the crossbar, but the
Shaft.
stick itself, right, was below the crossbar, and where the puck hit the stick was below the crossbar. So that was a good goal. I thought they should have looked at it. Talking about boy, am I a people reader. Can you rant? I see people for the real them. I don't judge a book by the cover. You're a good man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Could it have been a challenge? I wouldn't have challenged it. I wouldn't have, right? I did see the blade above, but I don't think that gets called back because it didn't hit the blade, right? It didn't hit. He didn't hit that puck above. The puck was not above the
crossbar
when he hit it, and I think that's what it is, right?
She was
Jason
talking
Nichols.
to
I was
Jason
saying
Nichols.
something about Jason Nichols. Okay,
about
not me. I thought she was. I thought
Perron.
she was. Say again.
She was responding to Jason Nichols' question about if Sundqvist will come back like Perron.
Oh, okay. I get it now. You got me. Thank you. Sorry, I thought maybe she was saying doubtful about what I was saying, you know?
Oh, no. But I think that what might have went wrong or what people are reading is that when you say people aren't seeing beneath the surface, they feel like you're insulting them as a fan because they haven't been fans for, just since 19. They've been fans for years. So some people take that personally.
I can get that. But at the same time, and this is the issue, right? And you've said this so many times. I ask, am I wrong? Mm-hmm. And I constantly get, what do you always tell me?
No.
You're not wrong. Well, if I'm not wrong, why would I have to not be able to say what I'm saying? Right? Now,
well, I don't really stop you from saying it. I just tell you I disagree.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is when I'm talking about looking at that, Dale, I absolutely agree with. Right?
Exactly.
That one, I would not have challenged that. I didn't think it was challengeable.
No.
Right? It's not. It's where the puck hits the stick. Mm-hmm. Right? If your blade is above, but your stick is below and it hits there and then goes in, great, right? So that's a fine goal. Now, guys, just explaining how he sees the game. But unfortunately, Jones, some people have taken it in that I am becoming an elitist, right? That if they disagree with me, I tell them they're wrong. And I don't think I do.
Not all the time, unless you're really heated.
Yeah,
I've heard you say it before, but you've been really.
When I say you're wrong, it's when it's just something that we talked about, and there's no, it's you're not listening to me. Like I've called Josh wrong, mm-hmm. Right, and that's just where it goes. I mean, I know what Josh is saying about the defense, but see, I had a hard time trying to get him to say. He wouldn't say. He kept saying it was defensemen. Today he turned around and said, "No, I'm talking defensive play." Right? Yep. So a little bit. Oh. Ouch.
Oh, but you see, I don't really need that because I can just do this. This is so much more fun, and he's going to come back in and be really mad at me. But I could just add him back.
I belong on this side.
Yes, you do.
This is my side.
That's my mute button right there. I just kick him right on out.
Right? No, it's. I'm not trying to be an elitist. I'm not trying. I want to educate, right? Because I would rather have. I'll tell you what. Do you know what is so much fun about going to a Cardinal baseball game?
I'm not a huge baseball fan.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But there's something, and I'll tell you what, I absolutely love this, right? Mm-hmm. You go to a Cardinal baseball game, and it doesn't matter where you're sitting. You're sitting down low. You're sitting up high, left, right, bleachers. No matter where you're sitting. Cardinal fans, for the most part, are some of the most knowledgeable baseball fans in the league. They are the only fans that will cheer another team's double play.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that anywhere else. You go to a game like that. I go to a baseball game and I learn something every single game.
I agree.
Right? Oh, I get it. I went to a game in April, being from Hawaii in 18, I got offered tickets opening weekend, and I was freezing, man. I was freezing. My little took us off. I hadn't been in a while. Who like states?
I think he meant stats.
Stats?
And I can see it. I mean, yeah. I'm a stats person for hockey, but there are too many stats for baseball for me to even wrap my head around.
There are.
Like, I can't even. So I don't. Yeah. And I find it to be the most boring sport to watch. Yeah. It just goes on forever.
But what I'm getting at is when you go to a Blues game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I would sit up high,
mm-hmm.
I would feel like I would get educated every now and then. Mm-hmm. Right? Every now and then. And I'm not being an elitist here. I'm just saying I never felt like someone was going to say something that I went, ooh, I didn't catch that. Right? I went to a game in 18. It was a military appreciation game. It was against the Sharks. And I'm sitting with my little niece, right? And my nephews and my uncle, or my brother-in-law and sister. And right at the beginning of the game, the Sharks had a breakaway and coming through the neutral zone. And right as they got through the neutral zone, I said they're going to score there. Lo and behold, they score. You should have seen 90 people. I mean, just everybody in that section turn and look at me. Just turn and look at me. Turn and look at me and go, how did you know that? I said, you could see it. You could see in the neutral zone. Now, when I sit low, I don't expect anybody to say anything, educate me. Very rarely have I sat down low and heard someone come up with something that was educational at the hockey game. And for me, what is power stats?
I think he's referring to Chris Lambert's comments and no players' power performances.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually different power stats. I kind of, for me, the big one is slugging percentage. That's like a big power stat for me. All right, that's one. If I play, and I haven't played fantasy baseball in a while, and I did crappy in my league, but I ended up in 19th place. Mm-hmm. Missed the playoffs. However, I took a team that was 4th last to 19th. So from 28th to 19th. That's not bad.
Okay.
Right? That's not bad. And now I think instead of trading everybody away, I don't like the draft picks because the draft to me, it takes too long. I'm looking right now. I think that I can get better players now than trying to get prospects, right? I don't think prospects, I can find better players on the waiver wire than I can the prospects. So that's what I kind of look for. That's how I look at it. I probably would love to sit next to Doc, Mary, and you've heard me talk. I got it. You've heard me talk about the game, Mary, and you know Doc and your grandfather and all of that. Would you say that, and this is somebody who has the knowledge, would you say that my hockey knowledge is let's do the scale from 1 to 10, and I don't care where you place the number. You think it's a 2, you say it's a 2. If you think it's a 4, you say it's a 4. If you think it's whatever the number is, you say that number. But I want to know where you think my hockey knowledge number is. Is that a fair question to ask her, Ashley?
I think it's kind of calling her out a little bit, maybe make her a little uncomfortable because she does watch a show every chance she gets. So she's going to think you're kind of high.
I'm asking her where she would put, knowing what she knows about hockey, and where she has people that are directly connected to her in the Hockey Hall of Fame in St. Louis. Right? And so I know that her knowledge or what she hears is there. So if I'm saying pretty much the same thing that Doc is saying and that she heard from her grandfather and some of these, I get it. And that's what, so I didn't think, Mary, if I was calling you out, I apologize, but I do appreciate the number. And I got Jason going, a 9, because I only can't say who is a 10. Because I can't say who's a 10. I'm not sure who you would say is a 10. I mean,
he's saying he doesn't know who would be a 10.
10. Okay, fair enough. If that's what I don't think I'm a 10. I actually put my number closer to about a 7. Honestly, right? However, there are things that I do see that, when I see it, I go, I don't know, there's something bothering me, and I kind of try and run with that, right? I will say this: I'm not a fake fan.
No, you're not.
Right, and I say that because I know there's a couple of people that do follow the show that I would consider very fake fans. And I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to call anybody out. But they're and I'm not calling it. Just there's some things there that I see, and that's it. Chris got me. He ain't that good. Well, Chris, I cannot be a stat guy like you. I know you're a much better stat guy than me. You have to know everything to be a 10. Anyone would, and it can't happen because we learn each day. And Jason, I try to. Right? I tried. That's what the opening of the pregame was.
Yep.
Me saying I'm trying to learn. Right? That's exactly what that was. I hope that the Blues come out against Philly and play somewhat the way they played today, but they've got to come out. I don't know what it is. Their identity is that first 10 minutes, right? In that first 10 minutes.
Thank you, Dale.
Dale, you know what, Dale? I'll tell you what I do have. Dale's pretty new to the show. He may not know this. I have an open invitation to anybody that wants to come on the show and debate with me. Always open. Right? Oh, I know I'm not nowhere near the top. I know I'm not. Right? If I was, I'd be a coach or a GM, and I'm not. So, that's what it is. What it is. I'm a fan that likes the game and enjoys the aspects of the game. I call hockey a chess match on skates. Are you frozen, Ash? I think Ashley is frozen. Move her for a second until that. But I think hockey is a chess match on skates. And for me, I enjoy that strategy, that interesting thing there. Doc did say we need a D-man. He thinks the new guy could be a good fit, and that he's got that under his belt. Got that under his belt. I still think that we would have been much better bringing in a defensive forward than a defenseman, to be honest. I would have liked to seen that get better, but it just hadn't. David Perron, man, I hope he gets to 8. I really do. Ties Wayne Babbitt. He's tied now with Gary Younger, Brian Suter, Brett Hull, and Mike Sillinger. The last one to do it was Sillinger in 2005, 2006. Man, look at Hull. Hull in 90-91 had a 7-game streak and a 10-game streak of scoring straight. Right? Hopefully Ashley will come back. She can usually jump back in. I don't know why she froze on me, but that's okay. I still didn't think, I still would have argued with Doc about the defenseman, right? And while Letty had a good game today, I don't think that I don't think that he affected the win per se. Maybe, I mean, it's hard for me to say. I'd have to look at it a lot more, but that's just kind of where I'm at right there. I don't know what Ovi's goal streak, longest goal streak is. I'd have to look it up. There might be a way I can find it. Hull's was 10, and at least with the Blues it was 10. I don't think it was any better anywhere else. In from 90 to about 94, those 3 years when he went 72, 86, 74, that was just just an amazing streak. And if we could have kept Oates for 3 more years, let's just think if they could have figured the Oates thing out, and we'd have had Oates for 3 more years. A, we'd had a cup, and B, Ovi would be chasing Hull. I absolutely believe that. I believe that he would have had more years. He would have had another 100 goals, 100.5 goals. Right? I really do believe that. They are somewhat similar. Ovi is somewhat of a one-trick pony. He gets more of his goals on the power play than anywhere else, I think, or at least he gets a good amount of them on the power play, where Hull pretty much got him all over the place. He moved around. Oh, her laptop died. Okay. We got it now. She's got to plug it back in. He moved around. He was with Pareko a little bit, and he was with Mikko a little bit, and I think he was with Falk once Krug went out. So, that kind of mixed things up there. But he was out there with a few different ones. I know there's a way to figure that stat out, defensive partners. I know where to find that at. I will look that up here give me just a second. I know since it's just me, you got to give me a second. I hadn't used this website a lot, but I'm starting to now. MoneyPuck.com does a very good job of breaking games down that way, and it's a good way to look at. You can find a lot of the stats with the players and things like that. The lines, okay, defensive pairings, 5-on-5. Letty was with Pareko for 1103. He was with Falk for 342. Bortuzzo for 116. Krug for 110. And it doesn't look like he was with Mikkola at all. So there you go. There's who he was with. I just, the Blues played a good game tonight, and looking at Money Puck, as soon as they scored that second goal, basically they had the Blues has winning the game, right? They had the Blues with the better chance of winning the game as soon as that second goal was scored, right? So, no, actually, no, they put them, just a little under 50%, I think. Just a little over 50% on both of them, but they did give the Blues the benefit of the doubt there. So, it just came down to it that, the Blues outplayed the Caps tonight, right? The Blues absolutely outplayed the Caps tonight. Sonny just got a goal in his first game. Way to go, Sonny. If I come back on, guy gets a buzz in his ear, so it isn't worth coming back on, or he will be suffering. Oh, no. Ash, either way, my friend. Either way. Wait, what happened to Krug? He got whacked in the hand and went out as an upper body injury. I'm hoping it's not a break, but he didn't come back, so it makes me think it could be a break. Google says Ovi is 10, so yeah, I could see that. I know the record is Gretzky. Gretzky scored in like 50 something or 30 something straight games, right? Um, Gretzky just blew the record away. He's amazing. Um, have an Oates autograph Hall of Fame sweater. Hole 2. Beckett certified as also a Bobby Plager practice jersey. Well, I have, and I don't know if you can see it. So I have my Bobby. This is the jersey that Mike Hoffman wore after Bobby passed away. And while I was with the Blues Warriors, I got a whole bunch of the Blues alumni. I got a whole bunch of them to sign it. So I'm extremely happy with that jersey. That's going to be one of my like prized possessions for a very, very long time. Yeah, Gretzky was insane, man. Gretzky elevated. Gretzky was the guy that if you didn't know hockey, you knew who Gretzky was, right? And you know, he was like the Willie Shoemaker of his day. If you didn't know horse racing, if the only horse race you ever followed was the Kentucky Derby or the Triple Crown, you knew who Willie Schumacher was. Well, Gretzky was that way for hockey, and also in the way back in the day, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was for basketball. Right? I mean, that was the guy that people knew. So you also had Magic Johnson and Larry Bird that were kind of in there. So I had a little bit of a. I can see that. I mean, they got a lot of people hooked on hockey, right? I absolutely see that, Jason. I really do. Well, guys, we're coming right up on the 50-minute mark, and since I'm alone, I don't know if you guys want to listen to me for another 10 minutes or not. So I think we'll probably call it a show here. It was a good game. We'll see you again tomorrow. Oh, that's what I forgot. Tomorrow, I will not be doing a BlueNote fan report or a hockey fan report. I will be helping interview Ray King of the St. Louis Cardinals with I-70 Sports. I will post that link on my page. I will let people know where it is and all of that, and help Jeremy Carp interview Ray. I'm interested to talk to Ray. No problem, Ashley. You're fine. You know, no big deal. I'm interested to talk to Ray. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say. And I've got that story to tell him. So, you know, about the hat I got, hopefully I can kind of look around my stuff and see if I can find it. You never know. I just might get lucky. I can show him my Cardinal shoes. Yes, I can post, you know, Golf King, I can do that. I will post the link on my HI Blues fan, and I will probably also post it on STL Fan Report, the Fan Report link, right? So I will put it on Twitter, Golf King, absolutely, and I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, the pins back in the mid-'90s, that was a pretty... For me, I mean, I was hooked early, but it, you know, for me, what Hull did, you know, personally, you know, I've talked about, you know, how important him doing that, you know, the 50 for 50 that chase was, and all of that how important that was to me. That was really what elevated me to the level of a super fan, right? I mean, I was already hooked, but that elevated me to the level of super fan. I wasn't a Lemieux fan as much as some people think, right? He was not the guy that I was. You know, I looked at the Penguins. I didn't like the Penguins very well, to be honest with you. Was not a fan of the Penguins at all back then. You know, and just the way the divisions were back then, when you had the Norris division. And it was St. Louis, Chicago, Toronto, Minnesota, and Detroit, right? You had enough to worry about in those 4 teams. You didn't worry about anybody else, right? So that's kind of where I am. Well, guys, I'm coming right up on that hour mark. So I want to tell you all, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thanks for watching the Blue Note Fan Report on Facebook and YouTube, and you happen to be on Twitter. I know I wish they would fix Twitter to where, we could see their comments and all of that stuff would come up so we could see, if we were getting some Twitter views and Twitter comments, but it is what it is. Again, I am going to do my best to make sure that again, I get that. I get that, Jason. That had a lot to do with it, him coming back from Hopkins lymphoma, right? For a lot of people, it really did. But hey, guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow when I join Jeremy Karp and I-70 Sports. Aloha, mahalo, and have a wonderful evening. Hey. Are we gonna do what we're supposed to do? I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to.